The Senate began debating on the controversial Maharlika Investment Fund bills today. To tell us more, here's our Senate reporter Denisa Fernandez reporting live. Denisa?
The Senate began debating on the controversial Maharlika Investment Fund bills on Wednesday. Senate Bill number 1670 and House Bill number 6608, measures seeking the fund's creation, were discussed by the Senate Committee on Banks, Financial Institutions and Currencies, which is chaired by Senator Mark Villar. Under the bill, among the sources of seed money for the Maharlika Investment Fund would be the Land Bank of the Philippines, the Development Bank of the Philippines or DBP, and the declared dividends of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. During the panel hearing, Senator Risa Ontiveros spoke out against the ridiculously low sanctions for violators of the Maharlika Investment Fund policies to ensure accountability of public officials who will handle the funds. Ontiveros criticized the fines as being insufficient for a fund worth billions of pesos. She noted that the bill has no penal provision for forfeiture of ill-gotten wealth in favor of the government, no perpetual disqualification from public office for offenses committed by government officials who are part of the Maharlika Investment Corporation Board, and no provision in the event that funds would be used for money laundering. Finance Secretary Benjamin Jokno responded that it is up to the lawmakers to impose a higher penalty if needed. Under Senate Bill number 1670, penalties range from 10,000 pesos to 5 million pesos. Imprisonment, meanwhile, will be from 6 years to 20 years. On the other hand, House Bill number 6608 penalizes violators with fines amounting to 50,000 pesos to 2 million pesos and imprisonment of 1 year to 5 years. In the meantime, Senator Francis Escudero said that the current Senate and House versions of the proposed Maharlika Investment Fund law are not up to par and need further modifications before they can pass in the upper chamber. In an interview at the Senate after the hearing, Escudero revealed that if the voting on the bill were to happen now, he would cast a negative vote. For Escudero, there is a big chance that the Senate version will be different from the House bill, which already hurdled the lower chamber in December last year. Escudero said there are several loopholes in the bills, such as obliging the Land Bank and the DBP to contribute to the fund. Senate Bill number 1670 was filed by Villar, while House Bill number 6608 was sponsored by Ilocos Norte 1st District Representative Ferdinand Alexander Sandro Marcos and House Speaker Martin Romualdez. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. earlier certified the House's Maharlika Investment Fund as urgent.
Denisa, I understand that we are still, the Senate is still in the early stages of a discussion regarding this measure. You also know that over at the House, this has already been passed on third and final reading. So how about there in the Senate? So what is the mood like? What is the reception like for this measure? In terms of timeline, do they have a timeline as to when they are going to pass or maybe make a decision on this matter?
Neil, during the hearing earlier, several senators raised questions on the bills like Ontiveros, Escudero, and Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. But Villar, who filed the Senate version, did not express any reservations. Senate President over chamber, but she assured the public that it won't be rushed. Zubiri told Villar to draft a panel report before the Senate break by the end of March in order for other senators to review it.
So, please correct me if I'm wrong, Denisa. We are still in the committee level discussion, right? So, it still has to be passed over at the committee level before it can reach the plenary for subsequent approval or maybe disapproval, right?
Yes, Neil, the committee will have to submit a committee report which will be transmitted to the plenary, and then it will be discussed on the floor before it will be approved on final reading.
Okay. Thanks, Denisa. That's Denisa Fernandez reporting live.